I left an amazing career, the most expensive, the most I've ever learned, to go make less money.
Wait. I don't even want us to go too fast past what you just said. You left. I'm burdened for the generation because I feel like they have the wrong calculator.
Yeah.
They're only calculating what they have to leave, but you never know what's on the other side.
You can ask yourself the question, and I say this everywhere I go. How is life treating you? You're making the decisions that you're making. But how is life treating you? Not how much money are you making. Not what perks are you getting. Not how beautiful is your spouse or your girlfriend. How is life treating you with the decisions that you're making? That's what I did. I looked at my church, looked at my job, looked at my bank account, I looked at my wife, and I told her, I said, I don't plan on doing this because my identity is actually wrapped up in what I do. If you rip all of this from me, what am I? I could not answer that question. I felt the glimpse. I saw the glimpse and I felt the nudge to go follow someone who was doing and has done everything I wanted to do. People to this day thought I went there to be his successor. That was never on the table.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, and I don't think I've ever told this to anybody.
I don't have to worry. Why would I worry when I know it's working for me? It's working for my good. I don't have to worry. Why would I worry when I know it's working for me? It's working for my good. Hold up. It's working for my good.
Family, friends, saints, and ain'ts. Thank y'all so much for joining me, Travis Greene, your host, on my podcast. It's called The Intentional Podcast. And I'm so grateful that you're here with us today. This is about intentional living in an unpredictable world. You can't control the world around you, but you can be intentional about the life you live in it. And I have with me my big brother today, thinker, author, husband, father, leader, author of a brand new book, The Fight to Find Yourself, which we'll talk about in this conversation as well. But man, just thank you. For those who don't know, I don't know what day you guys are watching this, but we're recording this on a Sunday, and he just preached the paint slap off the walls here at Forward City Church. This is the great, ladies and gentlemen, Joe Tubman.
Man, you made me sound real good in that introduction. Ladies and gentlemen, I am sitting in the church of the one and only, the icon, the man, the moon, the stars, and the sun, Dr. Travis Greene. No, man, thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, I love you so much, man. I love your family.
Thank you.
All 12 of your kids and your amazing wife. And you guys are just a power couple.
Wow.
Who I've admired for many, many years. I've been able to even have you allow me to have a great friendship even with your wife to help her through the years with worship and leadership and different things like that. And and it's so cool. Now I'm thinking about it. You've also returned a favor of being a coach for my wife, championing her and her gift. And this podcast, man, really is just about being intentional in the way that we live, in the way that we lead. I think you're a great model because you're someone who does so many things, right?
Yes, sir.
And you're not just a jack, they say you could be a jack of all trades and a master of none, but I actually think you're a master of many trades. Seriously.
I'm trying to.
I really believe that, man.
Yeah.
And so was David. David was a great model for that. Bible says that he had the ability to pull out of his toolbox, different things at different times. In one season it was a sword, another season it was a pen, another season it's a heart, another season it's a crown.
Yes, sir.
And so I think you really modeled that. I want to talk a little bit about just your lifestyle, just day to day, right? We know Superman because when you get on that stage and that cape comes on, it's game over. No one can touch you in the league of your own. But as Clark Kent, what are some just intentional things of living, just day to day, that maintain your health emotionally, mentally, spiritually? And
One thing
that's
a great question, and thank you. Things have changed for me. prior to maybe the last 2 to 3 years, I would leave some things undone because I had my hand in everything, but I didn't have enough structure to do it. And so I ended up going to sit under Bishop Jakes for almost 4.5 years.
Dang, was that long?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I watched him, and I set in the model. And when I set in the model, I realized that you cannot finish everything, but long as it's not the same thing every day, you'll be okay. So make sure that you throw everything at whatever it is you're throwing it at. And then whatever you didn't finish, make sure tomorrow you finish throwing yourself at it. So fitness is a must for me. 3 a.m. in the morning, I have a group of guys that we train. We hold each other accountable. But that fitness component is more than just a physical pursuit. It is therapeutic because it's community. And I didn't have that either. So mentally, I was in a place to where I was doing life alone because I was afraid to befriend from a wounded friendship. So when I got healed, man, I have done what the Bible says. I've shown myself so friendly, and God has given me a brand new circle of whole men that when we get together, we have answers for each other, you know? And the answer may not be exactly what you need, but they are the answer because you're talking together. You're actually getting the opportunity to reason things out. So morning physical fitness is going to be a little bit of therapy. My family is important to me. I get an opportunity to spend time with each other. My youngest daughter, Joel, baby Joel, number 2, watching her grow up. She's in the 9th grade, man. So seeing her, making sure that she hears my voice.
I knew her when she was a toddler.
Bro, she's
Literally.
in the 9th. She wants a Tesla.
Literally a toddler walking around, baby.
Well, she wants a Tesla.
Jeez,
so from toddler to Tesla. So reading is a must for me.
Really?
Every single day.
Really?
Every single day. I don't care what it is. Something's going to get read.
How much and how long?
Spurts. It could be an hour, a little bit, if I have that amount of time. It could be 30 minutes. Okay. But all throughout the day,
you're intentional about it.
I'm very intentional about making sure I'm soaking on some kind of information.
Wow.
I'm an entrepreneur. We've got 4 companies. So I have to have certain amount of time of the day to make sure that I'm having phone calls with partners to make sure that we're doing what we need to do to make sure we get done what needs to get done. So my life has really, really shifted. My wife planted a church and I'm with her and it's growing like crazy. So we have to spend time, a little bit of time during the day, making sure that it's okay. So my life has changed drastically. The routine is shifting. And because I'm on the road now, it's affected my 3 a.m. workout with my crew, but yet our text thread is something new for me. Bless you, that was a tough one. 3 times.
Oh, man.
Yeah, you love me, feed my sheep. That's what Jesus said.
The anointing, man. The anointing is making
you sneeze.
Anything in me that's not like God. Make it come out, man. Good God. You're anointed. You're anointed. When preachers get delivered in your presence.
Come on.
In your presence.
Speak to your sinuses
sinful
right
neck.
now. Come
Yo,
on.
you told people to turn that sinful neck,
bro.
Fam.
They were laughing at me, man.
Oh my God.
Turn that sinful
My
neck.
wife was like, that's you all day. It's like, he don't care. That's you all day. Man, I love just what you're sharing because I think we're in a day where people try to skip stages to get to the stage.
Yes, sir.
And I love the fact that your routine is you're making intentional decisions every day.
Absolutely.
And that to me is just fascinating.
Tell me why it's fascinating to you. As successful as you are.
I think it's fascinating to me because it's the main reason I went back to school for the 4th time. I went back because I can afford to be lazy.
That is beautiful. Oh my God. Did you hear that? He can afford to be lazy, but he chooses not to.
So I have to put boundaries and I have to intentionally set targets so that I don't get so relaxed that I'm complacent.
I think that's beautiful, but I'm going to tell you something. What I've also learned, because as a coach, I coached almost 20 years, and everything was based off routine. And so I've lived my life based off of routine. But it's also been damaging. I'm so preset, so pre-wired, so hardwired that sometimes pivoting doesn't bother me, because coaching, if you're a good coach, you're already going to have built-in changes. Plan A, plan B, plan C. But then there's some things that don't require plan A, plan B, plan C. And if you are such a quick thinker and you enjoy such types of success, some things can cause you to get angry. Even though you can do the job, you may do it in the wrong spirit. And so for me, because I don't like to use the word perfectionist, but I expect things a certain way. And if it doesn't turn that way, the routine has carved a certain attitude in me, and sometimes it's read the wrong way. And I've had to work on that drastically. I've had to be intentional about that because of routine.
Yeah, that's deep. Friendship. I think it's something that is grossly underestimated, especially with men. And we do friends differently.
Yes.
Women, they can kiki, get nails done, and that's friendship. Men, even to open up and be vulnerable, for most men, I know in the context of Black men especially, it's like, nah, bro, we weren't raised like that.
Right.
But I think this is really cross-cultural. I think that just men in general, our wiring oftentimes is to be less expressive. What are some practical things? I know working out, but what are some other things you've done to just make sure that you continue to exercise the muscle of friendship?
Therapy. I went to therapy to deal with the inability to express myself. My mentor helped me to keep from staying to myself. Simple things. If it was something that was very, 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 I needed to really express myself, I would just text it. And the fire meant a certain thing. The fist meant a certain thing. The heart meant a certain thing. You weren't going to get a heart from me. You know yours is going to be a fist. Yours is going to be a pound, you know? I got to the point to where that became toxic because I couldn't develop the actual verbal language to express because my fingers was doing it. So therapy helped me to actually find the language, and that was hard work. Find the language to say what you need to say. That's how I was able to start expressing myself to other brothers. I was already wounded as a man, so to befriend another man was definitely out of touch. So to find words, how do you even say I want to be friends? And you know, most guys are gonna say, well, it's organic. But organic isn't the same thing for everybody, okay? It's for that particular organism, but not everybody. Right. So organic is based off of you. And if you don't know you, then you don't even know what organic is. And then your organic may be unhealthy because you don't know you. So there was a whole process that I had to go through. And once I went through the texting piece first, trying to figure out how do I say it, my mentor says, tell me how you feel. Fire, fist, heart. And he said, stop doing that. Then he sent me an example. He said, this person, I asked the same question. This is what they said. That's when I realized that was the confrontation, that I didn't have the language. So then I had to learn how to express it to another man. Once I was able to text it, I saw it. So I was able to start saying it. Saying it was a little bit difficult. So I was able to say it over the phone before I was able to say it face to face. And that took time. That wasn't a week thing or 2-month thing.
It's so healthy to hear from
It was over a year's time.
Wow.
Okay? Because we can talk shop all day, church, business. But how are you?
Dang.
Like tell the truth.
Yeah.
What's happening internally. Express yourself. It's taken me years to do that. Now that I can do it, it does sound weird to other men when they hear me. So I just told one of my brothers the other day, his wife actually reached out to me and said, hey, we love you guys, blah, 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 blah. And I said, man, we love you too. And watch this. I said, give your husband my love. And it caught her off guard. She said, oh my God, I've never heard you say that before.
Wow.
And then another guy heard me say it. He said, give your husband my love. I said, yeah, a brotherly love.
Wow.
I love him. That's how healthy I am now.
Man.
That I don't care what another man thinks when he hears me tell another man I love him. If he thinks that's funny, that is really how he's been socialized, because that's what I learned. We learn how to be men by how we've been socialized by other men. And my socialization process was not good. It was very toxic.
I gotta get better. Like, man, your muscles in that shirt, man, look really cool. Just trying to express. I gotta get better. Man, the pecs, man. Wow. Whoa. Yeah, it's cool. That's weird. I'm trying to get better at expressing.
You gotta tell me about my pecs, man. Get out of here.
Trying to learn. I'm trying to learn this new way.
Don't express that. Okay, he's over-expressing.
You got people around here expressing.
He's over-expressing. That, you don't say that. Your shoulders look good. No, they don't. Put your shoulders in your coat. Cover your chest up. Oh, you're crazy.
Oh, shoulders is crazy. Yo, so, all right, man, you have 4.5 years. That's college.
Very much so. The most expensive, the most I've ever learned. I left an amazing career to go make less money, but the knowledge.
Wait. Before you even jump into what you gained, I don't even want us to go too fast past what you just said. You left stuff. I think especially, and I'm burdened for the generation because I feel like they have the wrong calculator.
Yeah.
They're only calculating what they have to leave. But you never know what's on the other side of the sacrifice. I often talk about, to me, one of the most tragic people in the Bible is the rich young ruler.
Come on, man. Come on.
RYR. That's all we know him by. Oh, that's all we know. Rich young ruler. That's it. We don't know his actual name. Could he have been a disciple? Could he have been an author of one of the New Testament books? And yet all we know him as is rich young ruler, because he was not willing to leave that. He wasn't willing to sacrifice that to follow
Brother.
the King of Kings. And how much are we missing out on because we're holding on to what we think in this season is everything? I want you just to, before you even get to the other side, like, man, maybe someone can really get help right there because they think that what God is asking for is all there is to their life.
Let me tell you something. Number one, you can ask yourself the question, and I say this everywhere I go. How is life treating you? You're making the decisions that you're making. But how is life treating you? Not how much money are you making. Not what perks are you getting. Not how beautiful is your spouse or your girlfriend. How is life treating you with the decisions that you're making? Strip the money to the side and look at you. That's what I did. I looked at my church, looked at my job, looked at my bank account. I looked at my wife and I told her, I said, I don't plan on doing this because my identity is actually wrapped up in what I do. If you rip all of this from me, what am I? I could not answer that question. I felt the glimpse. I saw the glimpse and I felt the nudge to go follow someone who was doing and has done everything I wanted to do. And his knowledge outweighed every dime, every experience, every perk, Nike contract, salary, plane.
Yeah, because people don't know. See, I knew you then.
Yeah.
When people hear it, because some people be throwing out, be like, yeah, I had an amazing career, amazing. No, man, you
Had a great career.
You were an actual college football coach at one of the most premier colleges in the country. And your church was booming. I came multiple times. Booming.
Yep.
Standing room only. How you preach now? I mean, you were not losing at all, and you literally. Like the rich young ruler, but you did what he couldn't do.
He couldn't do
it. You left the riches of what you had accumulated and said, with no promise of anything. And I think that's the other thing.
That's people.
Motive.
People to this day thought I went there to be his successor. That was never on the table.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, and I don't think I've ever told this to anybody, that was the first thing he texted me. He said, "You're not coming here to be my successor." People don't understand that.
Wow.
Because this was Bishop Jakes, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
man.
He has to make sure, hey, listen, I'm not promise you blah, 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 blah. I said, oh, sir, I don't even have the goods to do that. That was my response.
Wow.
I'm coming here to serve and learn. And I believe that when it's time, would you promise me that when it's time, you'll help me? That was his exact words. He says, if you come here, I promise you, you will be better than you've ever been in your life. When I got there, now here's the shift. I knew I needed to go. I answered the call. You have to figure out how is it that God makes it clear to you. And when he makes it clear, now it's on you. He made it clear to me, and I made every decision, and I walked away. Now, when I got there, I wasn't clear because I had to readjust. I had ripped my spouse from her family, and I didn't know that until a year later. So I started grieving the job that I left. I started grieving the church that I walked away from. I started grieving the friendships. She's grieving. Her whole identity was wrapped into where she was. She's down here. My child, I ripped her from all the friends. Now life doesn't feel the same way. I'm preaching in front of thousands of people, but dude, I'm like, did I make the right decision? That's the piece I think most people have to settle with. And you're going to have a good mentor or a good father, mother, somebody in your life to walk you through the unease of making a decision.
When the honeymoon's over.
Come on, bro. Honeymoon is over. And I'm like, oh my God. You know, I was the senior pastor. I was a coach that was tenured. And here I am starting all over again in a new company. There's 10 other preachers.
Learning a new language.
And I'm driving him around like the butler. You know what I'm saying? I didn't feel bad about it because he's the man.
Yeah, but it's still an adjustment.
It's an adjustment.
Yeah, man.
It's an adjustment. I'm not the man. I'm not the second man. I'm not the second man's man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here. So it took a while. Not only that, it was the first time in my life where I started having to question if I was called.
Whoa. Talk about that.
It's a question if I was called because his audience ain't my audience. My audience was in Oklahoma and we were doing good. But when I got to Dallas, if you mount that pulpit, it's a whole nother thing.
That's a different beast.
And he looked me in my face and he said, this ain't Oklahoma. What you did there, you can't do here. He said, but what you did there got you here. Tie that right hand behind your back and punch with the left. Because I was a right-handed knockout artist. Didn't even work the left. So he made me punch with the left hand in the public. He made me punch with the left hand in front of thousands of people. People on numbers like crazy. Back at that time, coming out of COVID, man, we had 90,000 people live. And I'm up here punching with the left hand. And they don't want to hear you. They want to hear him.
The bishop.
So it was very uncomfortable. But if it hadn't been for the season of uncomfort, I wouldn't be where I am today. So now I know how to punch with both hands, and I love it. I'm ambidextrous. I can go left all day, or I can go right all day. So it's exciting, man. You know, I could talk all day.
How many of the practices that you have now, when we talk about intentional living, did you have in Dallas?
Practice as far as businesses?
No, your daily choices, the 3 a.m., the reading every day, some of the things.
Reading I had every day because I was working on my doctorate. You know as well as I know, you're going to read crazy books.
Got you.
So my reading life really exploded in Dallas. Okay. And my mentor forced me to read, and then watching the news, knowing what's going on in the world. Okay. That's probably the two that picked up is the news and the and reading. At that time, I wasn't working out like I am now. I was working out when I could, but now it's 3 a.m. because of the actual community. The community created that time for all of us to be together.
Wow. Woo. All right, I got a couple more questions for you, man. I want to get into this this book, The Fight to Find Yourself. I watched a few of your interviews, man. You did The Breakfast Club, you did Rich. You're kind of all over the place right now. But one of the things that you say is that you were highly successful.
I don't know about highly, but...
Well, I would say this for you. You were highly successful. You did things in 40 years that most people don't do in 80. But here you are, you're now 48.
Yeah.
And you said it wasn't until
44, 45, one of those two. Yeah.
That you kind of just finally it hit. Walk me through that about just discovering Joe.
We was on the stage one day on a Wednesday night Bible study. Bishop was talking about sonship. Myself, Michael Phillips, and Vinshard Dobbins. He had told us prior to the service, I don't want you to come out here trying to be a theologian. I want you to be impactful. All right? Talk to us. That's what he said, talk to us. And so when we first got out there, he's so influential and so beautiful, eloquent when he's talking.
Poetic.
It's poetic. So you're trying to match the setting. And we're doing that, and he's looking at us, and we looking at him, and and then finally, within the middle of the conversation, we just broke, and I broke, and I said, whatever the subject matter was, I said, I don't know me, and I started crying on stage, and it changed the whole setting of the room, whole dynamic. I said, I don't know. I'm afraid of what's next. I don't know what to do. This is the first time in my life where I don't know if I'm going to have a job tomorrow. Like I was in a whole different zone working at Oklahoma State, man.
But you come, this breaks while you're on stage with TD Jakes in front of an audience.
Yeah.
Whoa.
What's happening at this particular time, death is tearing my family up. At that time, granddaddy was dying. Son was having issues. Father was having issues. I make the statement, life just starts going down. Death, father's death, son's death, marriage, everything. And we're moving. I don't have anything to lean on. The successes don't matter. Championships don't matter. Where you preached at don't matter. Or how many thousands of people was in the stand. None of that stuff mattered. And when I fell back, I had nothing to fall back on. Nothing to pursue. No pursuit that we've had could hold me. It was just pure brokenness. And when you ripped all of that away, I could not answer the question and tell you who Joel is. There's absolutely no clue. And that forced me to go after it. And once I started going after it, it sent me down a rabbit hole. A rabbit hole that was so deep, I ran into reflections of myself that I thought was me. Skeletons that were old me. Masks that I wore for years that I thought were me. Old friendships that I shouldn't have had because I was trying to be somebody else that I wasn't. All of the doings, I was just a ball of doings. All of the doings defined me, but I couldn't stand alone in who I am. I could not tell you if I loved my life because I didn't. That I loved my life. I loved what I did. I loved the money I made. I loved the things that the lifestyle. But me, no. So it forced me to go to therapy it forced me to do the hard work, to face all of the stupid decisions I made. I had to uncover a lot of trauma, a lot of dirt. And in the process of it, I wanted to quit. I tell people all the time, that's why the book is called The Fight to Find Yourself. Because you got to find the fire sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to do it. And so I fought, and I fought, and I fought. And the beautiful thing about the fight to find yourself is that it's a constant evolution. Once you discover you, the fight is over as far as the anguish, dealing with the grief and dealing with the shame and the embarrassment, because you're getting the tools along the way of how to heal. But once you get there, because you realize you're loved the way you felt the first time, you have something else that fuels you to hold you, and you're smarter and you got more skills.
Great.
So it was a lot, but people, God, strategy saw me through it. And the only thing I can say is this, Travis, and I know you got to get out of here, is this. The earlier you can find yourself, you won't have to fight.
Wow. I love that. I love that. What are, last thought, what are practical ways? I know you mentioned therapy, but if someone's in despair, suicidal, depressed, just feeling the pressures of this world stacked on top of them, and they're like, you know what? Dang, I didn't have language, but that's me. I'm not cool with who I am away from this stuff. What's my first step? What do I do?
Start where you are. You don't have to know how to say it. Just say it. Make sure that you open up to somebody. As long as you keep it inside, no one's going to know. And by the time you express it, it may be too late because you've done it in an unhealthy way. So no matter what it is that you're feeling, and no matter where you are, you may feel like, I'm not ready to say it yet because I haven't accomplished X, Y, Z. You don't have to have the language. Just say it with the language that you have. And if you've got the right circle, they'll be able to interpret it because they know who they've been around and they love you. That's where I'd start first.
You're just a genius, man.
No, I don't know about that, but
you're the best preacher, best shoulders.
No, I'm
best,
not.
I mean, dang, I didn't mean to say that.
Best shoulders.
Man, you got so much going on. You got so much.
Make sure y'all edit that.
That's amazing, man. Thank you for joining the podcast today, man. Intentional podcast, intentional living and unpredictable.
Things are working for. That's where it came from, right? Intentional.
That's where it came from,
I knew
man.
when he said it was the song.
We serve an intentional God, but we need to live intentionally. So intentional living in an unpredictable world. Man, thank you so much, man, for your wisdom, your knowledge, and just thank you for being a great friend, a great brother, somebody I can break bread with and do life with. If I lived in South Florida, I would be at your church.
If I lived here,
Believers
I would join your church, man.
And I love how God is using you, man. I love your family, and I'm excited about this book, man. I want everybody, go get your hands on this right here. The Fight to Find Yourself, moving from uncertain to unstoppable. That is brilliant, man. I cannot wait to finish reading this book. But I love you so much, man.
Love you back,
grateful
brother.
for you.
Love your shoulders.
Go and brush your shoulders off. That's the soundtrack, by the way. Love y'all. Catch us next time. Like, subscribe, all the things. I appreciate it.